What is going on, Saber Empire? Carter here. Got another video for you. This is another desktop review, first impression, whatever you want to call it, of the 89 Saber Luke Episode 4 Crystal Reveal Ultra Deluxe Super Mega Awesome lightsaber. So, I didn't do an unboxing. I don't like doing unboxings. I'm not good at them. My first impression is usually bewilderment, confusion, sometimes a little bit of feeling let down, and it takes me a minute to kind of wrap my head around what I have and how I want to present my impressions of it. So unboxings and me don't go well. So this is a near unboxing. I got this a couple hours ago, and I've looked at it and I've played with it, and here is what we're going to get. So it comes in an 89 Sabers box, just like this. This particular vendor also included the 89 Sabers storage bag, which I've got a couple of these. Pretty cool. But what's even more cool is this one actually comes with a stand and a little plaque here. Luke Skywalker lightsaber, 89 Sabers, Episode 4, A New Hope, high-end collector's edition. And then it's got the 89 Sabers website, which I don't even know if that's active. Unfortunately, it does have a little scratch on it, which is a bummer. Because it's a really nice looking little plaque, but it's got a nice big scratch right under, I don't know if you can see that, right under the Luke Skywalker right here. Big scratch. So that's kind of a bummer, but I wasn't actually expecting this. So all in all, it's a plus. We've got your box here. It's cut out. It's form fit. You've got your standard charger right there. And then you've got your little bag of goodies. There's a little mini screwdriver for tightening the blade clamp screw, which is cool. And then if you notice here, I've actually taken off the D-ring holder and screws, and I'll go over that here in a minute as to why I did that. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because there is one big downside that I've seen to this saber right now, and maybe you guys can help me with it. But before we get to that, let's take a look at this. So for the most part, it's an 89 Sabers Episode 4 lightsaber, fairly close to authentic. It's about as close as you're going to get for a mass-produced kind of, I say, casual collector type thing, without getting into some very higher-end empty hilts that you have to then get installed. This is about as close as you're going to get from like a mass-produced type maker. It's very, very close. The finish on the Flash 2 part is very close to the original, the button, all these things. Everything is very authentic to the Episode 4. You've got the glass eye right there. You've got the real bunny ears, very authentic looking button. Bubble strip, the clamp, the writing for Episode 4. Everything is pretty much on par minus some details, right? So there's the smaller details, these grips right here. Everything is pretty even. On the actual movie one, they're not quite even. Some people debate back and forth on when you reproduce an Episode 4 lightsaber, do you reproduce to the prop or do you reproduce to what the prop was trying to be? And that's where you get issues with Graflex stamping and Graflex marks. The only reason these are on here is because they didn't have the money or foresight to remove it. So in later movies, they do either cover up or completely remove some of this branding on here. So it does raise the question, which I'm going way off topic here. That's a whole nother video to talk about that. Do you create a reproduction of original props that were done on the cheap just to look good on camera? Or do you reproduce what that lightsaber was really trying to be in the real world? Anyways, man, I get off topic. Sorry, guys. So pretty good lightsaber, good weight, good look. Everything is awesome on it. Let's fire it up. One of the things I like about 89 Sabers is the activation button is not under this bubble strip. Pet peeve of mine. I hate it when they're under here. They just never seem to quite work right. Either they don't activate or this card is super loose and it's falling out. I just don't like it. On this particular 89 Sabers model, your primary is the big red button, which is cool. And your secondary is this. Slide it down and that changes the font, and we'll look at that right now. So here is your basic Luke font. You can see the light coming through the glass eye right there. Slide that down. And you get your secondary action. got your smooth swing, your crash on clash, and yeah, so overall pretty standard, but the secret to this one is right here. You can see not only does it have a really cool shroud where you've got LEDs kind of lighting through, and this can be removed. You can see the crystal inside there. Very, very cool. Let's change the font.
I am a Jedi.
Light blue. Let's get some red. Got Vader. Very, very cool. This came loaded with all your standard 89 Saber install fonts. You can see the crystal chamber there. Very simple. It's really just built on top of the chassis. It is permanent. I mean, not permanent, but it is affixed inside here, so this doesn't really come out. This clamp is what comes on, and then you twist it and you tighten it up. And then the clamp itself also still comes off of here. I am thinking about trying to affix this to this bottom portion a little more solidly, just so that you just remove this and then you've got this piece right here. I really like this aluminum chassis cover. It kind of covers up the battery, but of course still easy access. I don't see a kill switch anywhere on this one. A lot of 89 Saber installed 2022 chassis are completely removable with a kill switch. This one's a little different with the crystal chamber. See if we can get a closer look up there. I believe that's a real crystal. It is hard to tell because if it is a real crystal, they've cut it into the shape and size they need. And so it's hard to tell if it's a real crystal or just some good looking plastic. I think it's a real crystal, but because they've shaped it so precisely, it doesn't have that kind of raw crystal look that I prefer, where it looks like you literally picked up a crystal off the ground and put it in. It does have more manufacturing because of the tight space. Pretty small crystal that's kind of in there. This is all brass, all metal. None of this is plastic, so that's always a big plus. Let's put it back together here. As you can see, you get a little bit of muffle, not too bad. But that is why I removed this piece right here, because with the D-ring holder on here, the sound is extremely muffled. And I will show you what that sounds like right now. Let me pause this, and then you will see or hear what it sounds like with that put on. Okay, guys, here it is. Listen to how much of a difference it makes. It is crazy. Like, no adjustment to the sound has been made to the Saber or to this video. That is just how muffled it is. So you can see it's a pretty big problem. It's extremely noticeable, and there's not really a good way to rectify it. I believe this speaker's putting out as much as it possibly can. The problem is that there's just no sound ventilation in this. Now, maybe if the speaker wasn't mounted on the bottom and it was up here in the mid chassis area, maybe it would promote sound a little bit better through this clamp. But as it stands right now, the sound is completely awful. You can tell the second I take this off, it's just extremely loud. If you remove this piece, as you saw in the first part of the video, it's not too bad. But of course, it's not very accurate. So, part of it is just the nature of, do you want something that looks accurate or do you want something that sounds good? Because normally what you do on a cheaper version of this type of saber is you'd have just a bunch of holes drilled in here so sound can get through, which I could do. I could drill some holes in here, leave this clamp on, or I could take this clamp off and just store it. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, or just leave it as is and really only turn it on when I want to take this out and show the crystal anyway. So I haven't decided yet. But that's the only downside to this saber that I found so far, is just how muffled the sound is. I don't know if they fixed that issue on a standard install. I've never seen a standard 89 saber install without the crystal chamber. So it could be that they mount the speaker somewhere else because they don't have this crystal chamber in the way. I don't know. If anybody can comment down below and let me know what that looks like, or if you've just had an 89 Sabers hilt installed by another installer, what they did with this issue, if they mounted the speaker somewhere else or somehow created vents or something for sound. Let me know down below. But other than that, really love this saber. It's really cool. Whenever you can get a crystal chamber, it's just so cool, so sweet. Absolutely love it. So, all right, guys, take it easy. I'm out. Catch you later.